Okay, thank you, Sia, for responding. Mm, yes, in the last class we are done with phonetics and pronunciation. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so the next the topic is resume or CV preparation. So this is right now you may feel it is kind of out of the box, where you may not be in a position to understand what exactly this topic is relevant to you. But I tell you that instead of knowing nothing, let's know something about all these things. I know it's for you it could be a very long process of getting into a job, because you have to finish your graduation first, and then you have to give aptitude and then GD, and then face-to-face interview, wherein there you have to take your resume or CV. So what this resume or CV is all about? This is about a document, right, or a report which speaks about the person's personality, right? His or her skills, abilities, achievements, and education qualification, where they are from. So basically, this talks about what the person is all about. Okay, so resume. See, if we don't stress on the second syllable and the last syllable, so it will be like resume, right? So that means rethink, I'm sorry, redo, rework. Okay, so redo. So here resume, right? So we have to pronounce it as resume. So this is the word which we have taken from the French word, and that means summary. Okay, and resume is an American style of presenting biodata of a person, which includes the details like right, who you are, what you would like to do, what is your qualification, what have you accomplished, what skills and knowledge you can offer the employer. So resume basically means it's a summary. So that talks about a person's personality, education qualification, any experience he or she has got, and also any extra qualification, like added qualification that a person has got, what kind of contribution that the candidate can offer to the company. Okay, and what do you mean by CV? CV is nothing but curriculum vitae. Curriculum vitae is again this word that we have taken from Latin language, which means codes of life, shortly said as CV. Okay, curriculum vitae, shortly said as CV or vitae. It is the detailed explanation of someone's life's work. This talks about someone's life's work in detail. So if you understand resume, it is the American style. Curriculum vitae would be definitely not American style, right? So that will be opposite to it. Probably it is British style, right? Not probably, it is British style. Okay, and resume, it is summary. Okay, but curriculum vitae gives the entire, right? So entire, minor information of professional history. So here CV is the British style of presenting the biodata, which includes like one's professional history, skills, accomplishments, abilities, and achievements. However, these days, people use all the details, that is both personal and work related detail, in either resume or CV. So now the question is whether we have to follow the resume or the CV. We Indians, we take good from both the ends, right? So we write, or we do, or we present things through biodata. We take good things from, we have taken good things from both resume and CV, from both the end, and we prepared biodata. And I'll tell you guys, see, in resume, if I have to write about myself, then if I have to write about my experience, I can just mention that I have taught for first year BSc Agri graduates in GKVK, US, Bangalore. That's all. But the same thing when I have to present in curriculum vitae, then I should be telling that I have taught two courses, ENG 111 and ENG 121, that is comprehension and communication skills in English for first year BSc graduates, the academic year, so and so. Under that, we have dealt with, right, the entire. Okay, is this done? Resume or CV writing, the last class? Okay, then fine. Then we'll move on to the next topic. That's fine. I thought we haven't touched this topic because in my, one second, guys. That's on Friday, right? Okay. Well, then we'll move on to the letter writing and job application. Okay. So once you are done with, once again, guys, I'll just note down CV and job application. So now once you are done with CV or resume preparation, so what you have to do is you have to write a covering letter along with resume or CV. Then you're supposed to send that to the company, right? For example, now you have got a for example, you have seen you have come across an advertisement where there is a job opportunity, you can apply for it, right? Because you are fulfilling all the criteria and requisite qualification that the company or the organization is asking for. So now you are applying for the job. The point here is, can you just send the resume as it is like that? Okay. Along with that, you should send the covering letter saying who you are, right? Where did you come across this advertisement? And you should write a letter in such a way that they should give you an opportunity. They should shortlist your name and give you an opportunity to be interviewed. Okay, so there you have to write letter. So now let's see, that comes under letter writing and job application. So let's see why letter writing is very important in today's life. So as you all know, like in this technical world, technology based world, letter writing is actually fading away when it comes to personal letter writing. So those days it was very, very difficult to reach a person. I'm telling you person, not the position, person. Okay, so there's to write letter, because letter writing is a part of writing communication. So it's a part of communication where they used to communicate through letters. So letters are used to communicate with people far away. So it was not easy for anybody to call or see. Phones are all, it was a very far away thing, and they used to write letters to know how they are doing, all that. And also these letters, they used it used to be for 3 or 4 pages maximum, that's it. Letters won't be like book, right? So the context will be very briefly expressed only through writing medium. And then this, as I told, advancement of technology where people communication through latest platforms like messages, WhatsApp calls, messages, social, or reaching through social media became very easy, right? But when it comes to formal letters, right, official communications like formal letters, official business letters, the letter writing is still relevant, isn't it? Say a university like as like government university, where we write a lot of letters instead of sending mails, all that. We write letters, and we do get instruction through letters. They serve as a documentary evidence also. Why do we cling on to letters? Because those are the document evidence. And every single paper, that's why when you say something, right, people always ask you to give in writing. What does it mean? Because when you give in writing, that will become the proof, that will become a document, an evidence. Okay, so the mode of letter is now upgraded to email, where the information is sent very fast. So even we do try to reach people officially through email. Okay, and but the style of writing will be the same, isn't it? Whatever that you try to write, for example, you are attaching some file and then you are sending it to your HOD or somebody in the university. What you do after attaching the file, will you just say PFA, like please find attachment? No, you have to write something in the mailbox, right? You have to say that good morning sir or ma'am, herewith I'm sending the relevant detail which you have asked for. Kindly go through, please find the attached copy, and whatever the attached copy that you have sent, you have to mark in that. Mark in the sense like just write attachment number 1 2, 3, 4. How many attachments that you have sent and what are they? Okay. So now coming coming to types of letters, there are two types, right? Informal letters and formal letters. Informal letters, as I told, these letters are the letters we write to the persons, right? Relatives, friends, beloved, right? Examples: invitations, condolences, birthdays, congratulation letters, love letters to beloved, isn't it? But nowadays it has become very less. I think hardly I could see love letters passing around the class or something like that, right? But those days it was quite common, and people used to struggle a lot to write letters. Okay. And then because it is a tedious job, and then it is an evidence, I think you can observe in old movies, like, just with one letter, people, suspect their beloved, inquire whether who has written to whom, all that, and so many things. Just with a piece of paper becomes evidence, and then a lot of misunderstanding between the couple, and then finally they end up in tragic note, something like that. But other than that, writing letters to parents, relatives, friends, it was a very difficult task, because they have to write without mistake. Okay. And then they have to go to the post office, or weigh it. Based on that, you have to attach stamp, paste a stamp, and then you have to post it, and then you should wait till you get a reply letter. Then only you will come to know that whether it has reached or not. But now, speed post and all, we do get to know that where we can even track where the parcel is, where the letter is. Okay. But those days it was a very tedious job, and one has to have a lot of patience. I think, guys, probably those days were very beautiful, because it was somehow teaching us to be patient, right? It was making us to learn patient. It was actually training us a lot. But now we don't have any patience. See, for example, if you get headache, earlier those days, I still remember, wherein we used to drink hot water. Okay, if it won't subsidize, we used to drink coffee or tea. Even though if it won't subsidize, then we used to apply balms. And then if it is not subsidized even for that, then you sleep for a while. Still, if it was not subsidized, then we used to take pills. Okay, headache pills. But now, the moment that you get little headache, go take pills, something like that, right? In a way, we are not learning patience, and also we are not training our body to cope with these type of challenges, isn't it? So I think one should have patience, and then keep ourselves calm, and then hopeful. Probably then we'll face challenges very easily in our lives. Yes, coming back to the point. So these informal letters, as I told, these were writing to the persons. The letters need not strictly follow any language. For language, in the sense, like, shift of language. We are writing in regional language, like, Telugu or Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, something like that. And then you shift it to English, right? Mixed of language and not formal language. However, that you speak, the same way you used to bring the same dialect and then slang into the letter, and then we used to write. I still remember when it used to be the Christmas Eve and the New Year celebration. We used to do greeting cards, and then we used to write letters, and then we used to go post it, and that kind of excitement now I don't find sending text messages, or sending WhatsApp gifs or whatever. I don't find that excitement, or that lively experience. Okay. I'm just sharing my experience, guys. But yeah, coming to the important components of informal letters. See, look at these things: sender's address, date, salutation, body of the letter, leave taking, or that is called as subscription, like thanking you, thank you, we say, right? That is one. And then superscription is nothing but to address. Okay, so now sender's address. I think I have sent you this notes. The same the slides converted into PDF, and then you can just follow it because you have got all the formats in the slides. Okay, sender's address important, which is very, very important, right? They should be coming to. They should know who has sent the letter, so that is very important. And then it should be brief. It can be written on the top or top right or top left side. For example, 9th Main Road, Judicial Level Bank, something like that. And then date. It is very, very important on which date that you have sent this one. Very important, guys. See, any letter, if there is no date, it won't be valid because it cannot be considered for eternal, isn't it? So date is very important, and there are different types of writing dates. Look at this. And then salutation. A means greeting, isn't it? It depends on the relation you share with that person. Following are some of the examples for salutations, like dear father, my loving husband, or dear friend, dear Mary, my beloved Joseph, right? So these are the salutations that we can write. We can take the phrases of. And then body of the letter depends on the theme, right? It depends on the topic, or depends on the topic that you are going to write. Okay. And then subscription, this is also known as leave taking, right? So after you say thanking you or thank you, then after writing the body of the letter, the sender should end the letter with subscription, like yours affectionately, your affectionate son, yours lovingly, your loving daughter, with love, etc. Apostrophe should not be used in yours, right? So here, let me keep this one in inverted comma, where you are not supposed to put apostrophe, okay, in yours. Okay, if relationship is mentioned, it should be written as your son or daughter, etc., but not yours son or daughter. Okay, so in superscription, it is earmarked as to address. Now look at this, guys. Sender's address you have got, date, salutation, body of the letter, subscription, name, and then superscription. Understood? This is the format for informal letter. Now, write a letter to your father about your studies in GKVK. They may ask you these type of questions in exams. Okay, so see sender's address to the top right side of the page, and then salutation, dear father, then body of the letter. Let's read what it is about. So I'm fine here. I hope you're doing well. I'm studying well. Midterm exams got over 2 weeks ago. I performed well in all the courses. I have registered for 10 courses this semester. I got good marks in all the courses in the midterm examination. We have a final practical exam during the second week of August, followed by semester exams. I'm preparing well for those exams also. I'll come home during the semester break. Hope mom is also doing well. How is your health? Convey my regards to my sister. Missing you all. Are waiting for the reply. So you have written a letter based on what topic? What was the theme? Studies in GKVK. So how you're doing your studies in GKVK. And then look at the subscription here. Yours lovingly, XYZ. And in superscription, that means to say to address, right? And then here the address that you can observe. You can observe. And then coming to the next topic, formal letters, right? Coming to the next point, formal letters. Official letters, business letters, and job applications come under formal letters. These are written to the positions, but not to the persons. I repeat, these letters are written to the positions. For example, you are writing a letter to HOD, right? Of the, head of the department. So how do you write? You can just write to the HOD, or you are writing a letter to the principal of the college, to the principal so and so college, okay, to HOD, head of the department, right? Department of Agricultural Extension, GKVK, Bengaluru. I'm sorry, UAS, GKVK, Bengaluru. That's all. So formal letters we write for positions but not persons. We need not to write, if you say HOD, that's enough because you have mentioned the date over there. So in that particular date, who has chaired that position? XYZ. So you're writing letter to that particular chair, but not the person. Clear? And these are written to the positions, but not the persons. Hence, these letters should be brief and to the point. The language should be polite and formal. See here, in formal letters, one should take care of the language. Important components of formal letters. See, date, from address, to address, salutations, subject, reference, body of the letter, superscription, enclosure. So these are the important components of formal letters. Guys, I understand nowadays we don't write informal letters to our people with whom we share the great bond. But when it comes to formal letters, see, for example, you want the class to be suspended, you have to write a letter. You have to write a letter to your Gene agree, saying that swapping up the classes, you have to write a letter. You have to see, for anything, any purpose, for example, apology letter, for example, right? You have to write a letter. So please do understand the importance of writing formal letters, not only in college, but when you get a job and you have to write a letter, like reporting a letter, then you should be writing the letter in a proper sense, right? So please do understand the importance of letter writing. And then here, date, either left side or right side of the top of the page. See, I'll tell you, those days it was very difficult to understand, whether to go right, left, okay, sender's address, whether to right or left, and then all that. There was a lot of confusion. But now to wipe off these confusions, everything fall towards the left side of the page, towards the left side of the page. Okay, so from address, the sender's address. If the letter is written on the letterhead, there is no need to mention from address. Letterhead in the sense, probably by now you might have seen wherein A4 sheets, for example, DOE sending a letter, right, officially. So there won't be from address because there will be a logo and then University of Agricultural Sciences, and then its address, and then you have got the name, right? Director of Education, right? UAS, GKVK, Bengaluru, and then phone number and mail ID. That's all. And any letter that we receive from, and then there will be a header, okay? And margin, that will be a kind of heading. Okay, so any letter that we receive from that letterhead, it is very clear that DOE, Director of Education, has sent that particular instructions. So there won't be mentioning of who has sent, like from address. Clear? And then to address, the sender's address, designation and office address of the sender will be mentioned. To the sales manager, Oxford University Press, New Delhi, or to the station house officer, other exam, address. That's all. Then salutation. In the formal letters, in formal letters, it will be sir or ma'am, or however, dear sir or ma'am. It can be used in business letters, right? In formal letters, Okay. Okay, in formal letters, it will be like sir or madam. However, dear sir or madam can be used in business letters. But we should try to avoid this. Guys, I have sent you the same thing with the little errors. Please don't mind. Okay, so the dear sir or madam can be used in business letters, but I tell you personally, try to avoid dear sir or madam. Try to write just sir or madam. That's enough. Okay, subject. The sender should mention the theme or essence of the letter, entire the core idea of the writing a letter that you have to mention. So that is nothing but subject. And for example, here, application for the post of assistant agriculture officer regarding. Okay, once you've mentioned the core point of the core reason of writing the letter, you just have to put dash and then reg. That means to say regarding. Then coming to reference, reference is not compulsory in formal letters, right? It is not compulsory, but however, it is important to give reference in reply letters like official letters, job applications. For example, a candidate applies for a job based on same notification from the office, company or organization. That case, mentioning the reference is important. In another case, if a person is appointed for the same post while reporting for the duty, he or she will mention the appointment order details as the reference. Okay, if it is a reply letter, give the reference of the first letter is important. Guys, I'll tell you, very simple, guys. For example, you're writing a letter and see, for example, in advertisements and all, they do give, advertisement, the reference number. You just copy and paste it, enough. Okay, if you're writing a letter for the first time, it is not required, but if you are writing a reply letter, then reference is very important. Reference, taking, just copy paste it. You need not to write any reference. They only give you the reference number. Okay, for example, you see the first two reference, it's like copy pasted kind. Okay, but here the second one, you see advertisement number 32/2019 dated 18/7/2021. Probably they might have passed the resolution in 2019, and then it has officially announced or notified in 2021. Okay, and then see your letter dated reference number, for example, right? Your letter dated 18/7/2021. Say, for example, they have sent you a call letter or an appointment order. So you are taking these three reference things, right, which are there in their letter, and you're copy pasting it in your reply letter. And then body of the letter, very polite and formal. It should be to the point. The sender may start the body of the letter with some connecting phrases, like with reference to the subject cited above, or adverting to the subject, right? And then once the body of the letter is completed, the sender should mention thanking you. Subscription after the body of the letter, the leave taking in the formal letter should be like yours faithfully, yours sincerely, truly, something like that. Enclosures. See, once you finish writing your letter, please do mention whatever the enclosures that you are enclosing along with the cover letter, right? See, probability of losing the attachments will be more, and they may argue, right? You might have not sent the CV. They may argue saying that, we received your application letter, but not resume. If that is the case, then who will be in trouble? Because of their, negligence, you are not supposed to suffer. So in letter itself, you should write enclosures, right? Enclosure number 1, birth certificate. Enclosure number 2, 10th standard certificate. 3, caste certificate. 4, resume. Something like that. Okay. So if you're not attaching some documents along with the letter, you mention them in the, if you're attaching some documents along with the letter, you please mention them in enclosures. List of enclosures should be mentioned below subscription and signature. If you are signing on the right side of the page, or otherwise the enclosures will be on left side below signature. Please remember that enclosures are not part of the letter. These are attached to the letter. Some more details, like if you're sending the same thing to other people also, like copy to, right? If you are sending the same copy to the other people, just please do after enclosures, please do mention copy to 1, 2, 3, whomever that you are sending the same letter. If you're submitting the same letter higher than your rank or position, then it should be some like copy submitted to CS. There it was copy to, here copy submitted to. And then if you're sending the same letter to the person of your designation, your rank, your position, then you should be writing copy with compliments, CWC. And do you have any idea like what does it mean CC? Carbon copy in mail, right? And then BCC, blind carbon copy. When you are mailing CC, then everybody get to know that along with one person to how many else that it has gone to, it has sent to. When you write BCC, we won't be knowing like who is there in BCC also, we won't come to know. That is blind carbon copy. CC means carbon copy. They in exam they may ask you. I'm not sure, they may ask you. Okay, so yes, this is the format of formal letters. I think I've spoken too much. Probably it is too much for you to digest. First star itself, I understand. But look at this format of formal letters. Date, from, to, salutation, everything towards your left. Don't take so much tension with the right left. It is so confusing. So then subject, reference, body of the letter, then thanking you, subscription, and then superscription not required because enclosures, and then copy to you can write. Superscription, it is already there to address. Now write a leave letter to your HOD stating you have fever. Guys, please do write proper way of letters, because if you go wrong, they always like if I go to canteen, people will say that no, you teach English, right? I don't know why students are not improving in writing their letters. You are good at speaking, but when it comes to writing, guys, I'm really very sorry to tell you that you have to improve a lot. Every professor make a point that they don't know how to write letters. They don't know how to approach professors. Why are they not learning in English classroom? Is it not there in syllabus? Are you not teaching? So finally, who should be blamed? It is only the faculty member. I would like to take that blame, because I may feel like, I may not reaching you in a proper way. But is that true? I'm trying my best, isn't it? I can tell you these things that you have to learn, these things you have to practice. But if you're not doing it, ultimately, who has to be blamed? It is you. And I tell you, like, English, or the way of English, is not a language, it is a culture. We have to imbibe in ourselves, and every aspect of our lives, every step in our life, it will be associated with this particular language and culture. Please do understand the importance of it, and after your graduation, you will definitely understand the much importance of language. letter. Okay, now just getting back to the point. So write a leave letter to your HOD stating you have fever, you have got, see here, date. See, sometimes they do mention date between from and to, but sometimes it get merged in between these two. So I have written it in separate. And then from address, you have got to address, you have got, right? See, from XYZ first BSc AgMaco, right? After that, please do mention your ID number. That's very important. And then USDKVK Bengaluru to the HOD Agri Marketing. See, here we are writing the letter to the position, but not the person. And then salutation, respected sir or ma'am. Subject, leave application. Respectfully, it is to inform you that this is XYZ studying in first BSc AgMaco, GKVK, US Bengaluru, bearing ID number so and so. I am suffering from high fever. Due to this sudden illness, it would not be possible for me to attend classes for 2 days, that is 20 and 21 this of May month 2021. Hence, I request you to grant me 2 days leave. Kindly consider and do the needful. Thanking you, yours faithfully, XYZ. That is the signature. Easy, isn't it? Right? Please do write the correct letters. See, in exam, no matter whatever the body of the letter, if you are following the right format, for 5 marks, you will be getting 2 marks. Isn't it easy? Just think. Okay, other examples: duty report letter, complaint letter, job application, sales manager, reply letter. Please remember that when you're writing job application, you should attach your resume or CV with your letter. It's very, very important. When they ask you to write a job letter applying for a vacant position, please do remember that even along with the job application, you have to write even CV and resume for 5 marks. Job application is a cover letter written while applying for a job, sent along with resume or CV. So sometimes even online also we do attach letters. Yes, thanking you, thank you, both are correct. Okay. Ma'am, explain about subscription, right? Subscription in the sense like when you right, it's a leave taking. You are affectionately, right? It's a leave taking note. You are sincerely, you are lovingly daughter or something like that. So you whatever that you share, the bond that you share with that person, that has to be written in subscription. Okay, that is a kind of leave taking. That means to say that you are ending the letter. Once you say thank you or thanking you, you are finishing the letter, and then the subscription, it's like you are taking a leave. You're finishing entirely, completely. Okay. Ma'am, thank you is widely used. That is also correct. Thanking you is also correct. Both are fine. So now look at this. Okay. So see here. Did I? That's okay. Okay. So the resume offers brief description of one's qualification, experience, and accomplishments. Job application: why are you more suitable for the position? How best you are going to utilize your skills if given a chance to work in that organization. So write a letter. See, example, in exam, they may ask you like this: write a cover letter applying for the post of executive editor, job in Deccan Herald. See, date is there, from, to, salutation. Okay. Then the subject: application for the post of executive editor regarding. Reference number: if in the advertisement it is there, you can write, or else you can just leave it. Okay. But in reply letters, yes, we should check out the reference number and then we should write. Then body of the letter: here your advertisement for an executive editor in Deccan Herald of once again 19/5/2021 interests me to apply, as I believe I have the requisite qualification and also have the experience which is preferred from the organization. After completing my degree in mass communication journalism, I continued my education and accomplished master degree in the same from Mysore University. Presently, I am working with Times of India daily magazine, chairing executive editor post from past 5 years. During this period, I have faced many professional challenges and I have gained experience in using modern technologies also. Hereby, I have enclosed the resume which gives all the required details. I would definitely make a remarkable contribution provided an opportunity in your organization. Looking forward for the opportunity to be interviewed, hoping that you will consider. Thanking you. Yours faithfully, enclosure, resume. Yours faithfully also, you can, bring it to the left corner, but I have kept it in the right. Okay. So yes, along with this letter, remember you have to write resume. So both the job application plus resume or CV will be for 5 marks. Is it clear? Guys, please do have some, seriousness in writing letters. Okay, and I have shared the notes, and I have whatever the simple errors that I had changed right now. Please change it on your. I think you got to know, right? Apostrophe or dear madam or sir, like apostrophe went in the reverse order. So just focus on that. Just work on it. So leave letter, they may ask you, and they may ask you write a letter about your studies to your parents, and then or write a letter to your friend about the recent experience in a trip. Write about your how safe you are in college premises in the pandemic to your parents, something like that. Based on the current issues, they may ask you to write a letter. Okay. Any doubts? You can just ask me. If CR, you can take the attendance. Right now, if you don't come across any doubts, later also you can ask me. Tomorrow also we have class, you can ask me tomorrow too. So go through. So what you do is like, you go through these slides or the notes that I have sent you. And if you come across any doubts, we can discuss it tomorrow. Is that fine? Sia, have you taken the attendance? Yeah, you can do it. Someone is asking. Ma'am, nowadays, thank you is, okay, sorry. Okay. It's jumping, guys. Can we write sender's address, date, salutation on the left side in informal letters along with yours and all? Yes, you can do it. Informal letters, it doesn't follow any pattern as such, guys. And for formal letters, only to avoid confusion, we are bringing everything into the left corner of the sheet. Why can't in informal letters? Yes, you can do it. It is absolutely fine. It is correct. And along with this, please do read letters, guys. See, online you do get a lot of letters. Just go through it. Just go through it. Observe the language. Observe how beautiful, beautifully they do make a draft. Right, 2 or 3 sentences. They just finish the letter, and it looks so simple and then so effective. So until you get exposed to different types of letters, you may not be able to write such kind of letters. Please do Please do focus on it. Please do a lot of practice. Please do read it. Read. Okay, read out of the box also. Okay, so here, if you have taken attendance, then okay, can you please send the question paper pattern last year's or just for our practice mock test paper? Oh, you guys wanna get ready for the semester exams already? Okay, I'll do it because I don't want to bring that kind of exam pressure on you, so I was not sending it out. I'll just send it. Right now, I will be sending it to your CR. Okay. Okay, fine then. Any other doubts, any other queries, you can always, just let me know. Please don't hesitate. Even out of the box, out of the syllabus that you have got any doubts, any words, or how to use. I may not be knowing because I'm not a dictionary, but I may not be knowing in that particular point. But I will definitely work on it and get back to you with the most simple answer. Okay, so that would be an interactive session. Thank you.